Hey, this is David from Flexi Gaming. Today we're going to talk about the Nacon Revolution Pro. Specifically, what are some of the customizations that you can do with this controller? So let's go find out. When you get the Nacon 5 controller, you get this customization kit. So there are weights, there are other thumb pads, and also a speaker. So the first thing we're going to look at is all these things over here. These are the weights. This is the PS5 controller. They're roughly the same weight. But what if you wanted to change the weight? So how do you do that? You just open it up here. And let's just put in one of the smaller ones over here. You can click it in here, put it inside here, and get another one, open it up here, and you put it here. So why would you want to add weights? So, well, one of the reasons could be that you are playing a game where you're holding heavier objects like a firearm or other real world objects. You can make it feel like you're holding something heavy and give it more of a grounded feel. Another reason why you want it is to reduce the cheap feeling of a controller, so to make it more weighty in your hands. Another reason could be that you want to have something that really goes in your game, maybe move around a lot, and you don't want to accidentally fling it somewhere, so that can really sit in your hand. The maximum weight that you can put on is over here, 16 grams each. So you can add 32 grams to your controller. But be careful, if you're adding more weight, it's also going to feel heavier and it make your hands more tired. Well, the second thing you can do to customize your controller is by changing the thumb grips. So over here is your default PlayStation 5 controller. You can see these thumb grips. And then here is the thumb grips of the Nacon Revolution controller. So so these controllers, they've got a little bit of a dip inside. And this helps you to keep your thumb in the position. But what if you want to try something else? So let's see what other options we have. The other option you have is these thicker thumb pads. And it kind of functions a bit like a mini joystick. And it's a bit more raised up, so maybe you have bigger hands. And this kind of profile allows you to put your thumb around the thumb pad and really move it very fast, and there's a lot of movement on top of it. And plus, it feels more raised up, so you're gonna feel it a lot more. And maybe you have bigger hands and you prefer something that sticks out a bit more. All right, the last option we have here is these these thumb pads that kind of curve outward. So you can see over here, similar to the other controller, but maybe not as high. And they've got a bit of grip on here, so you're not going to just fling off. And it allows your thumb to roll around the thumb pad and really get each side to do it. So your thumb is not going to stay in the same position, but maybe that's something that you prefer. If your thumb grip already wears out, you got a few extra to replace it with. The next thing you can do to customize your controller is the controller ring. You can widen it to suit your needs. So what exactly is a controller ring? It's this part right between the thumb pad and the controller. So by default, you can see this is what kind of movement you need to change to go around in a circle. But what if you don't want to move so much around? You can customize the width of it. So in the customization kit, there are these little rings over here. And then you can put it around this here. And now what it does, it makes the base a lot thicker. So you can see how much thicker it is compared to over here. It's a lot thicker. So what's the difference? So your thumbs don't, if you want to go in a circle, your thumbs don't even need to move as much. In order to move it to the side, you just have to move it a little bit from side to side and you're already at the end. So yeah, maybe you don't want to tire yourself out by using so big movements. Use this thumb grip to make it a lot more centralized. And there are other rings. So this is like on the thickest one, so you can see how thick it is. There's another one over here that's much thinner. So if you want to adjust it a little bit, then you can do so, and it just pops up like here. And then you put on the cap like this, and then you're ready to go. Another way you can customize your controller is with the changing the D-pad. So the normal PlayStation controller has a D-pad like this, but it's a bit hard to move in a circle and to do very specific motions with it. The Nacon one comes with a multi-directional D-pad. So this one allows you to do easier circular motions, diagonals, and it's easier for your thumb to just rest in place without slipping off. But if you prefer, the controller all comes with a traditional D-pad as well, which you can go up, down, and you can even do left and right. And this is a bit of a raised surface, so it can allow your thumb to stay in place. And to take it off, it's very easy. You just pull it off like this, and then you can just put on the next one like this. Make sure it's facing up, and it will click into place. One of the ways you can customize your controller is by shortening the trigger distance. So normally when you have a controller, it goes all the way down like here. You can see it's a similar distance to place on the PlayStation 5 controller. It's a lot. But what if you want to be able to press at a much faster speed? And you can see if you press it a lot, it takes a lot of effort to do that. So by shortening the distance over here, so on the controller you can move it up, and now we can shorten the distance. So maybe you need to shoot and fire, so you only need a little bit of effort. So here you only need to press a little bit, and this one you have to press quite a bit. Another tip is to be able to check the battery level of your controller, and to do that you just plug it into a cable, and when it connects it'll give you up to 5 white bars. So over here, if it's 4 out of 5, that means it's about 80 to 100%. So that wraps up a few tips on how to customize your Nacon Revolution controller. Were these tips useful? And do you have any other questions about how to customize this controller? Leave a comment in below and we'll be happy to answer it. See ya!